Anonymous. Cyber attacks.
A new kind of warfare.
Hackers and activists.
Security leaks. Computer hackers.
Hackers. Activists.
Anonymous has struck again with a warning. This is just the beginning.
Anonymous is a collective known for recent attacks on government and corporate websites.
The internet is a powerful new medium where just a handful of people in small groups, just by shifting data around in the right directions, can make big changes and big damage.
The more you said, the more frightening it was.
The Pentagon is now singling out Anonymous as an example of the serious new cyber threats facing the country.
The fundamental unit here is information warfare.
We're gaining back the freedoms that the forefathers assured us through technology, and we can't allow these freedoms to be taken away. I will put my body on the altar of liberty again and again and again.
Information is the weapon, and information properly understood and properly used in an honest way is more effective than anything else in the world.
If you've got your eye on Boeing, yeah, please go for it. I'd like to see those fuckers go down. Download the code, modify the code just a bit, bombard the Pentagon. You're either with us or you're against us.
You have 15 minutes available for this call.
Hello? Andrew? Are you there?
It's not scary to be going to prison?
No, I never was scared to be going to prison. There's all these cool people, and I'm learning all these cool things, and you know, I'm making lifelong future friends, and you know, it's future business partners, certainly. Embarrassing people. I enjoy it. It's viscerally fun.
He's an instigator.
The most lovable little pest on the internet.
His ability to make other people so angry is the talent that he has.
Almost 99% of the articles that come out for Weave, they all start with, he's a dick, he's an asshole.
Little Weave is going to troll the fuck out of Apple and AT&T.
How do I plan on keeping my cornbread safe in prison? I will stab a nigger that dares reach across my plate. I am the Bruce Lee of Reg XP. I didn't get caught. I put my name on what I did. I'm not here to play nice with AT&T. I'm here to comment and criticize. There was a URL on an AT&T web server with a number at the end. And if you had added one to this number, like you could have typed it in the iPad web browser over and over again, you would see the next iPad 3G user email address. Here's AT&T handing out a complete target list of their customers. It was morally required to come forward and sort of put them over the coals for this. It was like 114,000 email addresses.
And it's quite a list.
New York Times CEO Janet Robinson.
White House Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel.
Diane Sawyer.
Not to mention the U.S. Army and Congress.
It doesn't get much more high profile than Mayor Michael Bloomberg of New York City.
Mayor Bloomberg was like, this isn't a big deal. It's not like people can't find my email address. I'm aggregating public data and using it to criticize people whose politics I dislike. The FBI is combing through people's emails, grossly violating their constitutional rights. I think I have moral superiority here.
and FBI are like both walking here, and they're looking at the computers, and they're like, my God, these red dots, they're converging! They hit a button.
No black SUV. There's been black SUVs outside like the past couple days, so.
All the red dots are in the same room right now.
There's gonna be even more later.
Magic fucking genie. You're actually in power. You're in charge.
The most drastic improvements that need to be made are in the education system. We need to give people the kind of classical Western education that they used to have. We need a curriculum that embraces, you know, like Keats and Byron.
It doesn't sound revolutionary.
It's absolutely revolutionary. We have people in power that have explicitly engineered our education system to make people dumb, obedient, and uncreative. Getting them out of fucking power and remaking it so people can be free-thinking, well-educated, sensible, non-reactionary people. This is a revolutionary thing, and it's probably going to require a whole lot of bloodshed.
Why has the FBI targeted you?
They have, by their own admission, been surveilling me since I was 15 years old. That was in the search warrant they used to kick in my door in 2010.
And why?
They wanted me to inform on hackers on the internet. You know, like they've tried to get me to do that many times.
There is a congruence between whistleblowing and hacktivism and hacktivists. The similarity is speaking truth to and of power, revealing the power structure, whether it's corporate, whether it's government, or both. I was a senior executive at the National Security Agency, and I served there for about 6.5 years. I blew the whistle on the secret surveillance program called Stellar Wind, which were the foundational surveillance programs that ultimately Edward Snowden, 12 years later, is now disclosing through reporters and journalists. The government went ahead and prosecuted me under the Espionage Act. And I faced, it was a 10 felony count indictment. I faced 35 years in prison.
Hackers are important in the sense that they have the capacity to expose the secret or the inner workings of the state, which is why they are terrified of hackers and they are going after them with phenomenal vengeance.
We are looking at increased transparency.
Unprecedented transparency.
They want to avoid scrutiny. So our response, our best weapon, is to bring scrutiny to them. CNN and all these other things, they're not going to spend a single hour doing actual investigation.
He called the former head of the NSA at home, like, on a weekly basis for a couple months, trying to get him to talk to him.
Barrett was speaking in that language of real adversarial journalism, that the purpose of journalism is not to please those in power, but to report the truth, even when it makes those in power uncomfortable or reflects poorly on them.
"29 years old, a cocky college dropout, a self-described anarchist, Brown proclaims he is policing wrongdoing."
He was brash, he was cocky, he was arrogant.
He's fucking full of himself. He's awfully narcissistic.
He held court, so to speak, from his bathtub.
Fucking around on Tiny Chat.
Focus, focus, but you can't take away our focus. We're growing up in middle of a digital ruckus. You can say fuck us, I am putting on the stoppers. We could be hackers, making it like us. While we become workers, you become golfers. The modern day coppers beating on us for the papers.
The take of NBC Brass was Barrett was not a very appealing character. He was not somebody that they wanted to tout as in any way heroic or doing an admirable thing.
Barrett was somebody who was very open about his own struggles with substance abuse.
He was on a maintenance drug, like a methadone, like he was on Suboxone. At least he was trying to stay off hard drugs, you know, to be on at least a medicine.
Who are the members of Anonymous? Who are they?
They're everyone. I mean, you'd be amazed. There's obviously a lot of people who are hackers or just work in IT. They work for major corporations in some cases. There's journalists, writers of all kinds, people who work at gas stations.
What is Anonymous?
It's basically the power of an absolutely massive group of people coming together.
Anonymous are your brothers and sisters, your sons and daughters, your parents and your friends. Anonymous is you.
Somos anónimos. Somos legión.
ونحن نتسامح مع جرائمكم.
We were involved in Operation Tunisia, Operation Libya, Operation Algeria, and Operation Egypt.
Anonymous cannot and will not stand idly while people are being denied their basic rights and human liberties.
Understand that something is horribly wrong with this world.
The Tunisian government has made itself an enemy of Anonymous. The Egyptian government has revealed itself to be criminal
for the good of mankind and for our own enjoyment.
To end the corruption, we must expose it.
If you are working for a corrupt company, leak the data. If you are working for a corrupt government, leak the documents.
Think for yourself. Question authority.
Join us in this battle for freedom of information worldwide.
Remember, we are you. Anonymous is you. And you are anonymous. You are fighting for yourself, the web, and for the next step in evolution.
It's a very interesting relationship Barrett has with Anonymous. Barrett's anonymous. He's their spokesperson. Barrett's not anonymous. He's not their spokesperson. Is Barrett really anonymous because he doesn't hack and he doesn't really have computer skills? Well, does he have a Guy Fawkes mask?
He was fulfilling a very valuable and important function, which was to give Anonymous the legitimacy it needed. He was the person who was willing to go on record.
It's an open brand, like anyone can sort of label what they're doing anonymous. If you're doing something that people don't approve of, then Anonymous will turn in on itself and sort of like eliminate that, you know, like whatever it is that doesn't kind of fit in with the truth-seeking, justice-seeking ideology.
Are you not worried that even an informal involvement with Anonymous is going to end up with you targeted, with you potentially going to jail for this?
I mean, in Texas and indictments, it's like a Texas bar mitzvah. I got friends who've been died, they've gone to prison. I mean, you know, it happens.
He was interacting with other hackers. A couple times he wanted to make the point that he was not a hacker, that he was of the community.
Anonymous members try to hack into people's personal accounts and attempt to post personal information. We haven't tried to hack into anybody's personal, like a military person's personal account. And if we did, we wouldn't fucking go around bragging about it beforehand. We would wait until we were done. This article is also poorly written, and I object to that.